Hello and welcome to Mastery of Library. Today I am going to tell you about the history of conflict between Israel and Palestine. So you don't skip this video and watch till end. Okay guys? So before that, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so you never miss any new updates. German philosopher Karl Marx once said that religion is the opium of the people, and something similar is happening in the world right now. There is a war-like situation between Israel and Palestine at the moment. The conflict between Israel and Palestine began in eastern Jerusalem on 7th May, killing 35 people and injuring hundreds. So now we will analyze this news for you, because this news is not only about the conflict between Jews and Palestinians. This news is about the people surrounded by war, and this news is also about the children who lost their childhood in this struggle and some even lost their lives in it. So, first of all, let us tell you what are the current conditions there. So, the situation now is that tension between Israel and Hamas fighters is at its peak. Hamas is a terrorist organization of the Palestinian Arab people, and the main objective of its organization is to bring the Palestinian nation back to existence and to acquire the land taken by Israel. That is, the battle going on between the two sides is not new. The dispute is old, just conflict is new. However, this time the conditions have gone out of control. Hamas militants fired more than 100 rockets on Israel, Tel Aviv, Ashkelon and Holon cities a day earlier. These rockets are so dangerous that even a 20-story building can be destroyed in a blink of an eye. This rocket attack by Hamas led to a stampede in a Tel Aviv city of Israel. People came out of their homes and some people were seen running towards an underpass there. During this rocket attack, the sound of sirens was echoing all over the city, and the siren was ringing so that people could get out of their homes to save their lives. If these rockets had fallen in different cities of Israel, it could have caused massive destruction and killed hundreds of people, but that did not happen. Israel destroyed these rockets in their air before reaching their target. Leaving one or two rockets, every rocket was killed by the Israeli army in their air, and this was possible with the Iron Dome anti-missile system. This system can be transported anywhere with the help of a truck. The important thing is that its radar system easily detects targets from 4 to 70 kilometers, and from its 4 to 5 launches, 20 missiles can be fired simultaneously. When the rocket of Hamas was about to fall off Tel Aviv and other cities of Israel, the rocket was destroyed in the air with the same anti-missile system. Dr. Ron Malka, the Israeli ambassador to India, reported on Twitter that an Indian woman named Soumya Santosh has also died in Hamas attack. Soumya Santosh hailed from the state of Karela, India, and worked as a nurse in Israel. Israel has also responded to the rocket attack of Hamas and has carried out airstrikes in the Gaza Strip on its side. In this airstrike, a 30-story building was blown up by Israel. So, the bloody conflict between Israelis and Palestinians is said to have begun about a month ago when Jews in the areas of East Jerusalem threatened Palestinian Arabs to evacuate their homes. Amidst this tension, when May 7 was the last Friday of the month of Ramadan and Palestinians arrived at the Al-Aqsa Mosque in eastern Jerusalem for prayers, they had violent clashes with the Israeli security forces. Some Palestinians were killed in this violent clash, and after this, violence has erupted in Tel Aviv and other cities of Israel, and houses are also being burned there at this time. Now, let us tell you what is it like in Jerusalem, due to which there have been many wars and tension in Israel and Middle East countries. The whole battle is in Jerusalem. In the year 1948, Israel was established as a nation, but it was never recognized by the Islamic countries of the Middle East. However, after such a struggle, it was decided that the parts of Western Jerusalem would be the right of Israel and parts of East Jerusalem would be Jordan's right. Jordan's army will be stationed there. In this way, Jerusalem was then divided, but this partition was temporary. In 1967, when Israel fought wars with Syria, Jordan and the Palestinians, it also captured East Jerusalem and the West Bank. That it is these two two areas which were near Jordan were taken away by Israel. And since then, there has been violent confrontation between Israelis and Palestinians in these areas. Israel claims that the entire Jerusalem is its capital, while Palestinians consider East Jerusalem the capital of the future Palestinian nation. And America is one of the few countries that accept Israel's claim on the entire city. In simple words, all this war is about the areas of East Jerusalem. So, now you must be thinking, why is this fight over East Jerusalem? So, the answer is that this area is important for all three: Christians, Islam and Jews. All three religions relate the story of their beginnings of the prophet Abraham of the Bible. Christianity is associated with this region because they believe that this is the place where Jesus was crucified on the hill of Calvary. His mausoleum is located inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and was also the site of his resurrection. Therefore, Christians consider this place. This place is important for Muslims because the Dome of Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque are located here. This mosque is the third holiest site in Islam, and Muslims believe that Prophet Muhammad travelled from Mecca to here during the journey and prayed with all Prophet spirits. Just a few steps from this mosque, the Dome of Rock is the cornerstone, and Muslims believe that it was from here and the Prophet Muhammad went towards paradise. And the Jews call Jerusalem their own because they believe that this is the place where the whole world was built by laying the foundations, and this is where Abraham offered his son Isaac. In the Jewish part, there is the Kotel or western wall. The wall is a remnant of the Holy Temple. That means Jerusalem, Christianity, Islam and Judaism are at the center of all three religions, and all the disputes also start from here. The current controversy is also that Jews in East Jerusalem are threatening Palestinians to leave their homes, and they also prevent them from going to the Al-Aqsa Mosque because they say that this place belongs to the Western Wall. An interesting piece of information is also that Jerusalem, one of the oldest cities in the world, has been attacked 52 times, it has been captured 44 times, and the invading army has surrounded the city 23 times. Now we quickly tell you some such things about Judaism which you will not know. Judaism is one of the oldest religions in the world. The history of this religion is about 3000 years old, and it is believed that Judaism originated in Jerusalem itself, and the founders of this religion were Prophet Abraham. Abraham is called the messenger of God by Christians and Muslims, and his son's name was Isaac and a grandson named Jacob. The other name of Jacob was Israel, and that is why the people of Judaism gave their country the name Israel. But people of this religion had to struggle for their own separate country. It is said that the first Jewish state came into existence about 2200 years ago. But in 931 BC, this kingdom began to decline slowly, and united Israel was divided into two parts between Israel and Judah. In 700 BCE, the Assyrian Empire invaded Jerusalem, and 10 clans of Jews were dispersed after this attack. After the attack of the Roman Empire in 72 BCE, all the Jews settled around the world, and the state of Israel lost its existence. This was the time when the Jews had left Israel and the Palestinian Arab ruled here. But the situation today is believed to have started 100 years ago. After the defeat of the Osmanli Sultanate in the First World War, Britain had taken possession of the part known as Palestine in the Middle East. Violence between the majority of Arabs and the Jews started following the occupation of Britain in this area, in view of which the international community intervened, and in 1917 Britain announced the Balfour Declaration, in which they promised to create a separate country for the Jews. The Palestinian Arabs were angered by this. During the Second World War, when the German dictator Adolf Hitler slaughtered 6 million Jews, most Jews from Western countries came to Palestine in want of their country. And then in the year 1947, the United Nations ordered to divide Palestine into Jews and Arabs, and Jerusalem was made an international city. However, when this was not accepted by the Palestinians, the British rulers set the region free, and it was the time that the Jewish leaders announced the creation of a country called Israel. But it never got the support of the Islamic countries of the Middle East, and Israel also had to fight a war after it was established as a nation. So guys, if you like this video, please like, share, comment, support, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.